This is Alpha Omega Occasionally, and this is all about making mistakes in Thailand. And it's the easiest thing to do. It doesn't matter where the hell you live. As we all know, it's the easiest thing to do is make a mistake. But I'm going to discuss with you some of the ways you can make mistakes, or some of the mistakes you can make. And maybe they may be mistakes for me, but they may not be mistakes for you, or they may be mistakes for the other guy and not for him, or whatever it may be. But I'm going to pose a couple of questions. Getting married in Thailand, is that a mistake? Well, it depends. Well, obviously it depends. But looking back on it, I love my wife. I love a beautiful son. I have a wonderful life here because of that. But as well as that, I mentioned in another video, when things go south in a marriage, you're dependent on your spouse for your visa. So therefore, that could be a mistake. So the best way to solve that is don't have your marriage. It's not really a marriage visa. It's a O visa, non-immigrant O visa, but it's the marriage part of that. You could actually have a retirement one instead, and therefore, if things go south in your marriage, you don't have to leave the country. So that's what I would say. That's a mistake. It's not a mistake. You can resolve that by simply taking a retirement visa, but you're going to pay double because it's 400,000 baht you need in your bank account for the marriage one, and it's 800,000 baht, which is $24,000 give or take for the retirement one. I don't have that option at the moment. I can afford the marriage one, but I won't be able to afford the retirement one for a little while yet. But I suppose it would make perfect sense. In actual fact, my wife told me that she would give me the money for the balance for the retirement visa if I wanted to take a retirement visa. Can you read between the lines on that one? I don't know. Getting married is a mistake? Well, if you rely on the marriage visa, it could be a mistake. You can still be married with the retirement visa, and it's less of a mistake. Another mistake is the obvious one, is the drink. We spoke about it before. Drinking is a mistake. Well, it's not a mistake. Drinking is not a mistake. Drinking can be very enjoyable as long as it doesn't impact the rest of your life. If you were going out every night and getting drunk and not able to function the next day, and it's impacting on your social life and your work life, it's definitely a problem, and it's definitely a mistake. My relationship with alcohol doesn't have that impact on my life socially or financially. Financially it doesn't. 4 cans of Leo a night is 151 baht. I can afford that, and that's more or less all I have. And it looks like I drink a lot more, but that's all I do. Maybe with the odd night, 1 or 2 cans more, but it's 6-7 small cans of Leo. But drinking can be, you're going into the bars. You go to the bars, you're paying top dollar for a beer. We discussed this before. 300 baht for a beer in Sukhumvit, a pint, let's say, in Sukhumvit, that's $10. So drinking can be a mistake. Drinking with the wrong type of people. Well, who are the wrong type of people? I'll tell you who the wrong type of people are for me. Fellow Farang. Because, you didn't come all this way to mix with Farang. We discussed this before, but I'm talking about mistakes, and these are mistakes. You choose your friends carefully. We always do. But it doesn't matter where you live, but especially here. If you don't want to be surrounded by negative blah, blah, blah all the time about this and about that and about barstool politics and everything else, surround yourself with Thais. At least you're going to be limited in the boring conversations you could have, or the negative conversations you could have. And it's usually quite light-hearted because Thai isn't your first language. It's definitely not my first language, as many people have told me or reminded me. But I can speak enough Thai. To have brief conversations, or say shallow, would it be? In the best possible sense of that word, shallow conversations with Thai people. If you're familiar with the big picture El Panorama, I have brief conversations with Thai girls every night, and their English is not 100%, my Thai is not 100%, but we get by, and it's wonderful. That brings me on to the next one. Girls, mistakes. It's very, very easy. It's extremely easy to fraternize here, to philander here. It's very, very easy, more than easy, and it doesn't necessarily require money, or it really doesn't. Even if you're my age, it doesn't. It's so easy. I'm not saying it happens, I'm saying it is easy for it to happen. And how many men can put their hand up and say that if they're drunk and the opportunity arises with a beautiful woman, are you going to say, no, I can't do that, I'm married? Well, I mean, I don't know. It's up to, people are different. I'm not saying anything. Don't read anything into this. I'm just saying this is what Thailand is. Thai women are a lot more open about sexuality than you'll find Western women are, and have got a completely different attitude to it. And you'll find yourself being embroiled in this kind of, excuse me, attention, let's say. And not all Thai girls are after money. I'll say that. Not all Thai girls are after money. A large proportion of them would expect financial remuneration for some kind of activity like that. But a lot of them don't. A lot of them just want a little bit where it wouldn't be, you wouldn't have to put your hand too deep into your pocket at all just to cover their expenses and stuff like that. It's a very difficult attitude towards sex here. So women can be a mistake, you see. And that's, you know, it's a fact of life here in Thailand, actually, women. That's one of the reasons. I mean, I've said it before in the previous video, I didn't come here for the food. I came here for the weather. And I said in that video, I was talking about Thai food as being overrated. It's not just the weather, you see. It's really the girls. I mean, that's the thing. Let's have a show of hands. If the girls were not one of your reasons for coming here, let me know in the comment section. Honestly, I'd love to know if girls were not on your tick box list. Tick box list. If they were not on your tick box list, that's very hard to say, for coming here, let me know what was. But for me, it was definitely the weather. It was definitely the girls. That was the two main criteria. But they're the mistakes that you can inevitably, well, maybe it's inevitable, I don't know, but some of them probably would be, because you're here on your Sweeney Todd, and that means that if you drink at all, you're going to have a drink because it makes you feel better, it makes you feel relaxed, it makes you feel whatever, and then that leads to the girls, and then that leads to the money. Spending money is another pitfall. You can live on a budget, and if you stick to that budget, fair play to you, but it's very, very easy to overspend. It's extremely easy to overspend here, because every night's a Friday night. If you live where I live, every night's a Friday night. There's no two ways about it. And I have curtailed my expenditure over the last 6 weeks or so, and I've noticed the benefit of it. I'm much better for it. So guys, they are some of the mistakes you can make in Thailand, specifically in Bangkok, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you've made any mistakes that I haven't listed, I haven't covered in this video, let me know in the comment section. I know I'm not great for getting back to comments on this channel, because I put so much time and effort into that one, but I'm really going to endeavour to reply to more comments on this channel. And listen, thanks very much for being there. I really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, click the like button, the share button, the subscribe button, do all those wonderful things, and I'll bring you back another wonderful video very soon. Thanks for joining me. Hello there.